My project was done on Machine Simulator 4. Um, I'm simulating a product mixer, a batch mixer. So there's 6 products that go into a hopper, and from that hopper, they go into a mixing tank, and then from the mixing tank, they're mixed and heated, and then the process is repeated. So I started it for my HMI. Right now, the product is going into the hopper, and once it's done in the hopper, which it takes a little bit, so I'll speed it up, but it gets done and then it empties into the mixer where it heats up and mixes, and this is all determined by the set points I have in my recipes. So here's my HMI page. I've got it set up to auto log you in as operator whenever you launch it, but I'm going to log in as admin just to make it a little easier. All these manual empties are only visible when you're an admin. Um, all these tank displays also are only visible when you're a higher user, so you have to be supervisor or admin. So if you're an operator, basically all you can do is recipe select and start stop. But here's each tank, and I can change the set points on here. Um, manually fill them. If it's full, it won't let me fill it. It's interlocked. But I can manually empty it into the hopper, manually fill it, change all these set points. There's 3 different recipes I have set up. You can do recipe edit. It takes a second to load it up because it's going from my PLC to my HMI to machine simulator, so it can take a little bit. Um, each one's a little different, but they're all work the same. And then I just use Recipe Pro Plus in Factory Talk SE, so the recipes are pretty easy to change. So I'm not going to show the whole thing here, but as you see, I press start. I've got it set to recipe 2, and it wants 112 kilograms of product, so it's going to fill up, and you can see on the display it's going to fill up that tank, and once it hits 112, it will open that valve on the bottom into the mixer where it'll mix and heat up, and I believe this one is half a minute and about 22 degrees. And if you go to each tank display, you can see them emptying as well. So here's my program. It's not very long. I'm using an add-on instruction for all of the tanks and UDT tags, so it kind of shortens up my tag list. And I've got 2 main subroutines. One is just for math, really, and then one is all my tank stuff, like system enable, mixer, just anything that has to do with the tanks. And then I also made a simulator one for when machine simulator wasn't hooked up, so it just adds 1 or subtracts 1 depending on what state it's in. In my add-on instructions, I used step logic. So like step 0 would be nothing; it'd just be waiting. And then step 1 is the first step where it's emptying, and then step 2 is empty, and then step 3 is when it's done mixing. It's the refill step, so it would refill all of the tanks, and you're able to pause it and restart it and do all of that while it's on. But here's my UDTs. It's pretty simple. There's not very much in there. I used all of these for the tank add-on instruction. I've got like tank 1 through 6. So like tank 1 set point is, or pull set point is how I get my recipe over to my PLC for my HMI. So that's pretty much it. UDTs and using it with the add-on instruction was a little confusing at first, but other than that, after I figured it out, it wasn't too bad and was way simpler than what I thought it was.